and gentlemen, listen to this over the Bowser chance for the last series of the day.
That's sombrero.
Take it away.
Mega cap.
Look, there's only one way to settle this, guys, and that is refer to my tweet. Refer to my tweet. Out in the parking lot, let's get it. Well, guys, we're ready to roll, though, right? I mean, this is it. This is unprecedented situations, friends. This is going to be a weird one, Chance. We're going to have a lot of fun with it, though. It's getting later into the night here, or wherever the hell you are in the world. Early, even. Who knows? But, yeah, we're playing 4 seeding here. This is, what, 7th or 8th seed? Everything in the keys, we've gone all through that. It's going to be an interesting one for sure.
100%. I'm trying to think of like tiebreaker scenarios. I think it like IW champs, and honestly, probably more than one champs. You've had it to where you have like the runoff best of one S&D to qualify like for the final bracket. So this is not exactly the same, but a tiebreaker going into major, a wild set of circumstances on just a wild day in its entirety. And well, of course, if you have a wild day at your hands, you might as well take the battle to the cage.
Yeah, to the cage we go. 2 of those back-to-back Tuscans and a Berlin, the cherry on top, if we have to go to game 5. We'll see how it goes, though. Again, the keys to victory, all that stuff about team killing and throwing, that shit is weak. No champion in their right mind. No one who actually wants to be the best at anything would ever do anything like that. And if you do, you're pathetic. In we go, though, to the cage map number 1, and I will die on that hill, as this should be a good one, mate. Let's see how it goes. Florida win the toss. They're going to get themselves Team A. It's going to come down to the Tuscan control as well. We'll see how it plays out, Chance, as we strap ourselves in and see how it goes.
Dude, and I also gotta say, because like I didn't even I've been slowly processing over time as it looks like Florida are slowly, dude, all the players in this lobby currently processing what is about to take place, but there's been just an absurd amount of shade thrown towards like Minnesota Røkkr, right? These guys went 5-0, have the best map count record by a mile, 15-3 overall, and I mean, a lot of people are just talking about it as if it's a joke, as if you just like would rather lose to end up playing against those guys instead of OpTic, as if Minnesota haven't been frying throughout this stage. So maybe for those guys, more fuel to the fire, but honestly, not that they need it because they've been on point, but that is for the guys that are at the tippy top. We are towards the teams that are, well, maybe not at the very bottom of the winners bracket, more towards the middle of the pack. And I'd say both of these teams, honestly, they just like, you can't afford to lose the teams in the middle of the pack because obviously both of these guys are at a disadvantage to whatever higher seed that they play. You got to make sure you can start getting these wins down here because you need some confidence.
Indeed there. I mean, I think the only sort of vague argument you've got about Røkkr wanting to play them more is that they weren't as strong at the Pro-Am, but that was a long time ago. A lot has changed since then, and 5-0 map record perfect. They have been smoking the competition so far. So whatever the situation is, and I've seen some wonderful alternatives and ideas on the timeline, whoever you play, it's not a good look for either LA Thieves or Mutineers sitting at the 2 and 3 there at 7th and 8th. You're going up against 2 teams that have either already had their way with you or arguably are a stronger opponent when it comes to LAN as well. So it is going to be a tough spot to be in regardless. Here we go, though. As again, the standings of Major 3. Toronto is going to be dumb lit. Whatever happens, man. Like, we were joking about it at the start of the day because, you know, of the way things have gone through, and it's non-stop, man. This is going to be a brilliant major. Every major so far has had its crowning moment. God only knows, like, what's going to happen here. Like, it's nuts. It's nuts. I mean, it's a butter knife fight in the parking lot in underpants. That's what it is.
I mean, well, I don't know if I take it that far, but like certainly a little bit crazy. And just this shakeup that Major 3 is going to deliver to like the CDL standings. Because keep in mind, like 2 of the teams in the top 4, London Royal Ravens and Boston Breach, like they've been struggling throughout stage 3. They have been on the decline. So they do have a buffer when it comes to the CDL points, but some of the teams towards the bottom, York Subliners look phenomenal. They are in 11th place. Toronto Ultra is like a bubble team. Same with Minnesota Røkkr. They're like bubble teams around the 8th seed. And those are teams that might be in contention for winning the entire thing. So CDL points are going to get wild come Major 3. Or I suppose maybe not. Whatever's going to happen, it will just be truly unpredictable.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, predictability was out the window a long time. The Pick'ems have been in the grave since what, like halfway through Major 2?
Stage 2, yeah, Major 2.
Stage, yeah, Major 2. Maybe even the stage. Forget the Major. It was pretty rough then, but it's been a tough one indeed. But yeah, here we go. Almost ready to get into this party, ladies and germs. It's going to be a fun one again. If you have been with us since the start of the matches here, we did promise you a good Sunday here. This was not what we had in mind, but this is what we got. Strap yourselves in, boys and girls. Bocage Hardpoint. A little bit of special extra Call of Duty. We're all going deep and dark and late into the night. I am sweating profusely at the prospect of some double cage action. Let's go.
Yeah, I truly hope you put on your Sunday best for this one, because obviously for both of these teams, I mean, it's obviously not quite the tournament environment, but I mean, outside of tournaments, how often do you have multiple matches on the same day? Obviously, Thieves literally just completed their series maybe 20-25 minutes ago, or to add an extra hour to that. So, I mean, both of these guys sort of like on the bounce back. I'd say maybe more of a adrenaline dump for the side of Florida Mutineers. I don't know if those guys like have to drive back from their apartments back to like where they play at the studio complex, whatever the right terminology would be. So just a wild set of circumstances. And again, Bocage will be the first map when we get there that we play.
Well, we have, again, a lobby drop there, so we'll get into this one as fast as we possibly can, ladies and gentlemen. But again, for those of you joining us, thank you again for being with us through this crazy day of games. We've had some bangers, it has to be said, from start to finish. And again, the road to this major has been truly unforgettable. When we do get to Toronto, I mean, all bets are off. I have no idea what to expect, other than very loud fans and a wonderful time in Canada. For everyone involved, it is going to be truly something, because I think, Chance, you brought this up previously. There's like 6 to maybe 8 teams that could arguably win the whole thing. Whoever's having a decent day, it's going to be blindly like difficult to predict anything.
I think I would say 9 teams. I think could feasibly win the entire team. I think 9 might be stretching it just a little bit, but I think it is like almost clinically absurd. I mean, keep in mind, if you would ask me how many teams had the possibility of winning Major 2, LAG would not have been on that list. I would have laughed at the idea of them winning with the sub. But they pulled it off and strung something together that, I mean, maybe we'll never see again. Maybe not. Major 3 might be the time to find out, but it really does feel like it is an open field. Again, teams at the very bottom of the CDL standings are in contention for winning the entire thing. So who the hell knows what's going to happen? And obviously, I mean, every little bit makes a difference. Even for the Bocage, I'd say for both of these teams, you need wins on this sort of the map. Want to have that deep map pool as much as you can. Want to make sure that the reps are on point. You never want to have sloppy gameplay.
No, and again, I think Nameless brought this up on the desk, saying that, you know, if there is an opportunity here to throw in a map that you're maybe not as strong at to get a last chance extra rep, no CDL points are being awarded for this matchup, I believe. I'd be surprised if it was.
Absolutely not. No, definitely not.
It's a perfect opportunity to get some, you know, high stress, sweaty practice on your belt. But yeah, for both these teams, it's been a weird couple of weeks for them. You know, up and down indeed. We saw an interesting Game 5 victory there for Florida. Arguably, it could go the distance here. You never know. But yeah, just get some cage practice in indeed. Set yourselves up. One last little surprise series before we do end up going all the way to Toronto. And for both teams, again, I've got a feel for the Mutineers. It's a tough one. They've been chilling in the facility all day. Look, Skies is a little bit sleepy. A little bit of sleepy bubbles up top right there. But he's having, you know, he's going to have himself one hell of a series as the tops of the LA Thieves heads. They have had a bit of time to process that 3-0 smacking, but now, yeah, there you go, Sleepy Octane as well. All right, everyone, get with the program, kids.
Miles, they are students of the Apollo Ono gameplay. He is an American legend, in case you don't know, just for your British background. But yawning before like literal Olympic events, it helps calm the nerves, and it's like sort of like a mental reset. You literally trick your body. It's the same thing with chewing gum. I've always wanted to talk to Accuracy about this, because he literally is always chewing gum when he plays. It's like a psychology trick. Like if your brain thinks you're eating food, there's no way you're in a stressful environment, and it just, I mean, at least theoretically could help with some sort of competitive edge. So yawning, chewing gum, I'm all for it.
Hey man, do what you gotta do. Into the cage we go. Second time's the charm here in the CDL. Let's get it, baby. Let's get this series underway. An interesting one at that. An unprecedented scenario, I believe. A first for the Call of Duty League. Strap yourselves in, boys and girls. This is gonna be interesting.
Hey, down and bounds. I gotta lean back. It almost looked like the field of view is in the mix, but here you go. M1928 on display. I think maybe Temp was the first player to pull it out. I think John maybe used a little bit as well. We've seen a little bit on a few hills on Tuscan. I think Cammy, another user of the M1928, and obviously, Bocage literally might be the perfect map for it.
But yeah, give it a whirl. Why not? 30 seconds remaining on first. Octane, who's had a crazy day yesterday and a decent day today. They're going to find a few more here. Sky is showing you why the Tommy gun is mildly viable in some situations. She rips, ladies and gentlemen. She rips. Vivid, big win, who has now got himself... How did he pick that one up? Was he find it on the floor? Has he now got himself 2 subbies? Awakening's running one as well. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Finding the M1920... I can't even say the full name. Finding those kills all over the place. Over towards P2 we go.
I mean, out and about. I mean, the 50 mag or 50 bullets in the clip, Kenny using it 2 pieces. I mean, this is one of those weapons that you could honestly probably pick up like a 5-piece before you need to reload. Certainly shoots it incredibly fast, but you could do some damage with it. Envoy putting it on display, but whatever the case may be, over towards P2. And a phrase that I need to eliminate from my vocabulary, it is Florida inside the hill, locking it down.
Locking it down for now. Skies. Time going his way. TJHaly gets embarrassed there by Envoy. Shots coming through from Big Wake now, trying to force these players out P2 times, soaking it all in as the LA Thieves continue to be held back on that right-hand side of the map. Forward we now go. TJHaly, the man on your screen, got himself a munitions box. Interesting.
The conversation I heard about the munitions box is sort of just the idea that you can throw it on the ground and shoot it to make it explode. And if you ever want to have like a little sneaky, tricksy kind of play just for a little bit of extra damage. So I don't know exactly how often Dave gets use out of it, but I know he has been consistent with the munitions. But well, that's going on down low. Up top is Vivid with the MP40. Florida obviously with the lead early on, but looks like Thieves nice and secure on the rotation.
A little bit toasty on the rotation now to bottom grannies. Crew's got that all covered up. Envoy through the front. Get in the third, baby. Skies backs on out. Doesn't want to land on the Bluebird later on today. As again, time now going the way of the LA Thieves. Not quite able to take the lead back just yet. As Octane sitting at 7-7, a little slow, but we're going to see some MP40 Tane. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it as Sorg Tane does. But 30 seconds here on bottom grannies. The break's on now for the Mutineers. That's time going their way. Let's see how long they can keep it.
And really not a ton of time collected by either team on this hill up to this point, but Florida now inside and halfway decent setup. Drazah's working on breaking down, and hey, not a bad start at all. Thieves instantly right back inside the point, and maybe now time for a couple spawn kills, or maybe not. Skies delivers with the M1928, and that is a gun that definitely takes a long time to say.
It definitely takes a long time to say. It takes an even longer time to reload. Those drum magazines are no joke. Still, kills going their way now. Rotation down and go towards Barn. Envoy 12 and 10, looking a lot stronger than he has done in the series we've seen today. Kenny finding kills over towards hardpoint again. It's the rat in hand for the TJHaly, who's going to rat-tat-tat his way into the hardpoint. Can't get in the next on Octane, but for now Barn's going to be sitting in the hands for the LA Thieves. But if Bocage is anything to go by, the break's surely abound.
And of course, now you're trying to look for a little bit of that P2 control, but if you don't have top grannies and Kenny, I mean, sort of in spawn or prime spawn kill territory, but where he gets straight to the gunfights now go over towards the hill, and not super mixy for the moment. Vivid opening things up just a little bit, and a halfway decent setup to keep his teammates nice and secure inside the actual hill. So obviously a pretty tight game early on, but Mutineers will have a very small edge going into new. And speaking of small edges, #1 Awakening, he just gets through enemy lines. Thieves left the window open. Awakening trying to take full advantage.
Yep, here we go. Rotation over towards River. Big Wake in position. Brought down quickly there. Some Envoys managed to make his way across the map super fast. Again, brought down by Skies. It's trades on trades here. Not a tremendous amount of cohesion, let's say, between these squads right now. Looking a little disconnected. Back spawns right now for the LA Thieves, getting picked apart by Vivid, doing what he can there with the automaton. Big Wake now through River, absolutely rips Kenny, kills all over the shop. Hardpoint was the LA Thieves for a brief moment, but now right back at it. You got Florida close by.
Yeah, clean shots from Envoy at range, by the way. Big fan of the iron sights on this gun, but I guess doesn't pay off against Skies. The closer he got, the worse the shot ended up being, but now turning your attention towards the actual hill. Kenny, nice little angle to get the players outside. And hey, maybe 18 seconds you're able to collect, or maybe an open lane that you take full advantage of. He's not really having the best coverage of all the points of attack towards the hill, and well, that'll mean Kenny dies.
It's a slow one from both these teams. We come towards our second set of hard points, and no one's that close towards the 100-point mark. It's looking like an old New York Subliners where they were allergic to the hard point. But for now, force breathe for Octane. Sub in hand, kills are there. It's a 5. Top Granny's is a little bit busy right now. Might be able to get ourselves some streaks. No, cut down from behind. Time now going the way of the Mutineers. Back over to the middle of the map. It's your boy Reese Vivid finding them kills. Kenny, and we can also. And again, it's looking fine chance. Mutineers walking away with this one slowly but surely. Spawns for the second hard point. Should be all theirs as well. Looking good. 30 seconds on the point.
And funnily enough, I think a consistent theme of the LA Thieves throughout the course of the entire year really is they do get outslayed, but still manage to get wins because of how well they play the map. But now they're actually doing all of the outslaying, mainly off the back of Octane, but not actually getting all of the work done inside of the hill. 12 seconds left on this P1 that neither team seems to be overly interested in actually collecting, but as far as that rotation goes, Thieves will definitely be set up first.
Yep, over towards top left-hand side of the map. You know the drill, team. Tanks hardpoint up in a moment. Big wake, finding kills, but not necessarily running the show so far. He had a nice day today, has to be said. Good looks with the rat, hand in hand. They fly towards the point. LA Thieves do manage to get a bit of a flip, and now you've got yourselves a bit of time going the way of the Mutineers. Skies has somehow slipped through. Tommy gun in hand, rings a couple of shots out, brought down immediately. And now, another naked hardpoint.
I believe we call it the Zuma gun these days is what the adjustment's being made to, but really not a ton of time collected. You are correct. Neither team doing their Sunday best to try to get inside the hill, but maybe Dave Patty's able to go and find his home. Only 10 seconds total for him, and usually he collects a decent bit more. I think it's Awakening or someone that ends up taking him down. Maybe Octane pulling the automaton back out and maybe just making the swap depending on the hill. Octane always next level, making sure he is the right gun for the job.
Yeah, hardpoint in the hands of the Mutineers for now. Scrap time going to be going their way. Bottom grannies. Let's see if they can keep a hold of it. LA Thieves not necessarily doing too much to, I suppose, take the hardpoint time is maybe the right way to put it. Back in we finally go. Drazah's on a 3. Time now for the squad. Top grannies control. I think this is what you basically want right now. Octane on another 5 spree for him. 28 and 18 overall. 23 and 18 for Kenny there, as we are pretty much killing everything in sight at this moment in time. This is a decent grannies hold. That Spawn's still close there from the Florida Mutineers, trying to flood in through the back line. Not quite working out just yet. Octane on the point. Vivid skins him alive. Kenny still frying and flying from the back line. Brought down eventually. Mutineers with a hard point.
Yeah, it seemed like a poor time for Octane to scratch his nose as soon as he goes for the meta play outside of game. Well, in game, he ends up meeting his demise. Final 12 seconds left on this hill. Florida, well, I would say that they should be able to secure it, but obviously on this map, you can fight for a decent chunk of scrap time. As that rotation goes over to New. If I'm thinking back to that first set of rotations, actually, I already forgot. I think Florida held it down for the majority of the time.
I think they did. I mean, it's a close game at this moment in time. Barnes up. Florida with the time. LA Thieves trying to back on up, retain some semblance of control here. Spawning that back to inside. Forward you go. Vivid 30 kills, 27 deaths to his name. It's a little mixy indeed. It's definitely not the best hardpoint or the best Call of Duty we've seen today by a long stretch. But this is Skies soaking up that time indeed. 30 seconds remaining here on Barn Chance, and LA Thieves have basically chalked this one. But ladies and gentlemen, asking you shall receive. Let's see how things are going in the comms. Let's do a quick listen in with the Florida Mutineers.
Yeah, I don't know. You got him nice.
Dub door.
Nice, someone there, dub door.
Dub door, Zach, absolutely. That's all Sky. Maybe you I know. I can get you time. I spawn mid.
Make it envoy.
Where'd you go?
Oh no, the
Water barrel's in.
I have hill.
I mean, it's Odin.
I said nade him on ult, nade him on ult.
I have hill. I'm nading top. I need top.
She's talking
left,
about
right.
Make how Kenny
Yeah,
going
yeah,
mid.
he's telling me fast.
Kenny, one shot, dead.
Nice one. I'm going tree. Yeah, you can go top mid if you want to.
I'm looking over hill. Whoever's tree, get time.
I have time.
Barrels.
He shot you mid barrels. I
I don't
did
see
him.
him mid.
You just laying down mid
He went top
barrels.
point, I think.
In barrels.
You just laying down
Where the fuck
mid.
he went?
I don't know where he
The back.
went.
Drazah in the back. Drazah in the back. Drazah in the back.
Round man dead.
Nice. 2-2.
Miss.
Coming up,
Middle gate.
Yo, tunnel. Last guy tunnel.
What's on me?
I spawned my hood. They're gonna be in the back.
Yeah,
You want me to get hill? Tower and
Tower
goes up.
Tower got me.
Yeah, yeah,
Charlie, you go Charlie.
Yes,
I think he went
I
back
don't know where he
in.
went.
Got me.
So it's
Got me mid.
I'll try absolute deal middle.
Almost top mid.
Middle black
Nice,
drop.
up,
Or tower in the back.
yeah, 2 in the back
Main
lane.
tree.
Pick up.
I need tower in.
Bomb's good there from Mutineers, keeping things together, all things considered. Now, over to the other side of the board. Let's see how things sound with the LA Thieves.
Hurry up.
Top weak.
Oh my god.
Did they ever left?
Lower weak cut area.
Oh, my bad.
I pushed out left.
Make sure he's so. I'll get. Nice plate. I can hit every hit. I can hit every hit.
Tower take down.
Mid tree, one shot. He's like, hey, Barn, hey, go mid door. I got one. I got one. Dave. Flip it down.
Oh wait, stable.
I don't see anything here. He's on me hood, bro. One shot hood, Dave.
Hey, what's me got it too?
I got it. He
Nice
did.
job, gate, Dave.
In house, bottom house too.
I don't see the guy get.
Stable
Stun
house.
nade every time, bro. Nade every time. Watch my name.
Stable. I don't know where stable.
Stable. That's him. He's
16 seconds left of the in-game clock, Chance, and look, it's going to come down to the wire for at least one of these teams.
Yeah, this is wild. This is shades of MW Octane. Electric performance, 38 and 30 with nearly 2 minutes of the hill. Trying to throw his team on the back, but 3 seconds on the game clock. And I'd say for Florida, they just want to keep it contested or get out of the point, run it down. Only 1.4 left. The contest is in, and game number 1 in the books. Florida Mutineers with the hot one.
Hey, I'll take it. That's 1 down, 2 to go for them. LA Thieves. Not the best performance they've had on Boccage, got to be said. Not the best performance they've had, recently. A telling sign of things to come. But there we go. 1-0 to the Florida Mutineers here in this what are we calling this? It's still a qualification matchup, absolutely, as we start now to put this sort of crazy tiebreaker scenario to test. And there we go. First one down. Decent amount of kills across the board for seemingly everyone. 36 and 28 for Kenny. 39, 31 out of Octane with a 5k damage. Clearly having a good time. Soaking the hill time as well. That 153 there. And either way, though, it comes down to the game clock. And in the end, it is a big win for the Mutineers.
And I'd say, maybe a cheeky 58 EKIA as well for Octane. He had 18 or 19 assists just to add to the tally. But, again, that truly did just remind me of his MW gameplay and his level of comps. Reminiscent of the old Seattle Surge squad. But, of course, that is just for map number 1. And I think maybe another theme added to the keys to victory. I believe Florida Mutineers are 19 and 4 when Vivid goes positive. And I think you add another one to the tally for map number 1.
Indeed. I mean, look, those Seattle Surge days, whew, it was looking good for the longest of time, right? There we go, though. First map down, Search and Destroy coming up next. We stay on the cage for that. And again, an awkward and unprecedented situation to be in here in the Call of Duty League, but everyone's making it work. Even the LA Thieves, it seems. Even. I'm not sure, though, Sean, so I could be convinced otherwise.
I mean, it's a unique situation for a unique day for a setup to honestly what could be a pretty unique tournament for the Major III. So just doing the taking care of business to figuring out these final bit of seeding again. The winner of this gets the 7th seed, loser obviously the 8th seed, both of which start in the winner's bracket come Major III. And of course, we started with a Boccage and we will continue to be that. I feel like, excuse me, really, since we had Berlin control out of the mix, like series almost seems stacked of like anytime you have a map 1, map 2 is almost always replicated. The number of times even today where we've had like triple Berlins back to back to back, Tuscan, you have the exact same thing in the mix. I assume just coincidental, but this series the exact same, back-to-back Boccages and then back-to-back Tuscans. And a Berlin, should we see a game 5 for the cherry on top?
I hope so. I can only imagine the shenanigans and the passion-filled sweat fest that Berlin Search and Destroy could possibly be. We stay on the cage, hoping to see snipes, hoping to see more than one snipe per team, most likely given the situation we're in. And, otherwise it will be a glaring display of mediocrity from one of these squads, telling of the season they've had. But we'll find out when we get into the Search and Destroy in just a brief moment. But yeah, man, that's the way it's gone so far. We go to the game clock there on our first map in Boccage, an obscene amount of Tommy guns to start things off. And hey, man, if we slap like charity match on this, it'd probably be a little bit more, interesting for some of these squads. But at this, the situation we've got right now, we'll see what happens. I'm crossing my fingers for some fun and games, man, no matter what happens, because we're going to give it our all regardless. But there we go. Map number 1 in the books, Search and Destroy in the cage coming up. Chance, what happens next?
This is the time to try out strats, right? Like, if you have like that secret B hit you've wanted to have on Boccage where you're trying to get the bomb point in the first 15 seconds, if you have these routes that you want to take, but your team normally wants to hold you back, let it fly. Like, try to get a little bit creative, see if you can cook something up special and, I don't know, maybe learn something new. I would say any match you play against a pro team is always an opportunity to learn.
Oh, yeah. Hey, anything to, expand the repertoire here in Vanguard. It's an interesting one for sure, but we're almost ready to rock and roll there. And actually, at the same time, we've still got Clayster's team playing in the challenges at the moment in time. So there's lots of Call of Duty taking place across the internet right now here on this wild Sunday as we get further in the night. And again, I feel for our crew in Columbus. A lot of you there. I think it's a 3-hour difference. Getting dark, getting deep, and you've got a storm right now, Chance. But hey, nothing stops the COD. That's the way it goes. Boccage, Search and Destroy coming up in a brief spell. We'll see what happens in this one. I'm really hoping for more than one, multiple snipes. like 3-man snipe per team. There's nothing actually stopping it, I don't think. I think the GAs are well out the window at this point in time.
I may be incorrect. I want to say the only player that's really pulled out the sniper on Bocage this year has been Dashy. I might be incorrect. I'm sure someone at some point has pulled it out, maybe for an extra round somewhere in the mix, but Dashy is certainly the only player that comes to mind. And you can, like, in very specific situations, make things happen with the sniper. Certainly if you've done your homework and you know the intel and there's like certain spots a team likes to play, like, you know, if you know a guy is going to be playing in the tower off the open rip or on the back wall over towards river, you do have options with the sniper, but obviously that is not the type of map where you can see it every single round.
Nah, but we may as well. Like, guys, be real. We may as well. Let's get it, team. Throw a smoke. Why not? Spice things up. Here we go. What's going to be the play? Who's carrying what? Observers, give us the goods.
He's got to swipe out. Okay, sticking with the Tommy gun. Here's the snipe from Skies, and this is actually an angle I've never elected to go with, and that is Call of Duty timing at its finest. Players already over up top.
Yeah, baby!
An assassination. They have a cowboy hat?
Now, that's messed up, though. Octane actually stole that kill from, I believe it was Envoy or Drazah. That's messed up. But that's the way it goes right now. Hey, someone's got, it's the OpTic Texas skin from Major 1, I think. Yeah. It's got a sweet cowboy hat.
Mutineer.
Yeah, but that's because we paint the Mutineer skin over the top of that one, so it's pretty dope, right? So presumably, if you wore the Godzilla skin, you'd have like a Godzilla head with a little bit of a Mutineer's body. I don't know, but either way, Kenny trying to find the kills, can't find the second. That's one done. It's a 1v1 with 20 seconds on the clock, and Drazah absolutely destroyed. Gunned into dirt. Defuse that bomb. Vivid's got it.
Oh, Vivid. I mean, again, another one of those players that has been grinding the S&D 8's lobbies in the wee hours of the night, and well, certainly prepared on Bocage. I think Kenny hits him with a little bit of the ego challenge. Honestly, Kenny did get close, but Vivid will take that freebie, and well, the final kill ends up falling into his lap, and maybe the sniper there not paying off for Skies, but maybe the overarching strat end up paying off for Florida.
I feel kind of bad for Skies with the snipe there. Wow, someone might have just...
What the heck?
Something happened. Somebody might have let fly a fart before round 2 started and chuckled the entire team. 3 in a row for Vivid. Let's see if he can bring any more. I feel bad for Skies though, man. He almost hit that sweet snipe through window, but not to be had. All over the A-bomb site. We are stacked, ladies and gentlemen. Drazah Envoy kills. You name it. Drazah finds a second. TJHaly, last man up. Round is done. Speedy one. LA Thieves win.
If Demon Joe's on the map, might as well turn everybody into the Speed Demon. Look of intensity across the faces on these lobbies, and I can appreciate the aggressive play call. I think, honest to God, that might be the fastest round of S&D we have had all year.
Yeah, well, no, I don't think so, actually. We've had
What would beat that?
No, we've had some good ones, mate. We've had some real fast ones.
That was
on the
8
cage.
seconds.
Was it 8 seconds? All right, that's pretty fast. That's pretty fast. Another round's up.
If at first you don't succeed, try again.
I mean, look, Drazah goes around the corner. Okay, a miss. Wow, come on, Skies, just hold it, son. Come on, son. 3v3. Surely no one reaches that. Envoy. Diligently checking corners. Smoke.
Dude,
They've padded.
That is hysterical. Dude, you got Skies over there getting cracked, spinning in circles. TJHaly chilling in the corner.
Yep, absolutely chilled. Taking clean care of another decent round at the Mutineers. I get, like, no one's hitting the good kills. The assassinations get stolen. I mean, this is just disgraceful. Disgraceful.
Skies a man of many faces, by the way.
I was wondering how the Florida guys feel, because again, like, it was the vid not too long ago, but we're back in the facility now. Hopefully everyone's feeling a bit better. Being that sick before a major's not ideal, right?
I mean, hey, they all tested negative. I think today was the first day where they got the all clear. Maybe yesterday, whichever it was, you know, back in good health. So I have to imagine they are feeling pretty good, honestly.
Vivid's in, baby. Give it your best. I mean, I think everyone in the lobbies have got a bullet or two in them, but no one went down there. 3v3. TJHaly, show us some magic. There's the first. Makes Envoy disappear. Fakes his own death. He's going to respawn in a moment here in Search and Destroy because he's actually magic. Sky is now in a 1v2 with Snipe. He's got no hope against those two players if he can't get through this window. Honest to God. Way too thick.
His teammate saw Kenny. Oh, well, he saw Kenny.
I kind of wished he missed it. And how he missed. Okay, there you go. LA Thieves, we're back on the board, baby.
Ooh, gotta appreciate the old counter snipe as well. Hit him where it hurts.
We're hitting right where it hurts. Oh, okay. Okay. Snipes on snipes. Can we get some more snipes out, please? Ladies and gentlemen, can we all get some more snipes out?
I mean, Miles, you know me. I will snipe every single round on Bokash.
Oh, I know.
No fear in my heart.
And so do your victims, your opponents in ranked play. They don't stand a chance.
I mean,
pun intended. All right, I'm not really sure what you can see from there. Whoa, nice one, Viv. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
What a read. Working hard for these.
I mean, look. He just walked straight into this one, 3v1. Hello. Nah, not a chance. Not a chance. Mutineers with another goodie. LA Thieves, average.
Fist bumps out and bound, though. Trying to build a little bit of momentum for the bounce back. Vivid, by the way, lights out performance, 9-2. I think another round similar to round number 1 where he's able to pick up 3 kills and got to fix the hair as well. Got to look good when you're picking up pieces on Bokash.
Look good, feel good, etc., etc. Mutineers back into it we go. 1 round advantage. We're hitting A fast as Vivid etches his way to the top side of tin. Skies is in, man. This actually could get ugly real quick. I think he's about to get assassinated again. No, Envoy finds that kill easy on him. 3v2. Thieves got the numbers, but they're starting to bleed out. Can Vivid get streaks? Possibly.
Some players etch and some players sketch their way to maybe a kill streak or 2, and Vivid maybe not going to be able to convert. He's down to 4 HP, and yeah, Drazah looking for the trade, but Vivid maybe just a little bit too quick with it, but not for too long. Leaves us in a 1 versus 1. Big Wake versus normal Drazah.
Normal Drazah. Normal size Drazah, but equipped for seemingly any situation. He's going to check bomb. Big Wake's going to run around this corner and gun him. Here he comes. Oh, he's running. Oh, Big Wake, you choked that so bad. Such a choke. Stuck on the door frame, man. Come on. Drazah gets to defuse on a 3 spree as well.
I mean, if nothing else, the the crouch spam movement, whatever you want to call it, was pretty good. Just not the actual movement through the old door. By the way, a matchup I was thinking about watching Challengers either this morning or last night. I don't know if this is a matchup that could potentially happen next year, down the line in 2 to 3. God only knows, but a player in Challengers that goes by Hazard. Obviously, Drazah is Hazard backwards. And if they ever go toe-to-toe on the battlefield, well, there can only be one.
There can only be one. Someone's got to change their name. I think that happens occasionally.
No, it should have happened.
Well, remember, it should have
happened.
Methodz. Yeah, Methodz. Methodz
Never
and Methodz
forget.
is sick. First blood Envoy. Speedy plant. Vivid takes clean care of that. We'll level it up. Oh, actually, no, it's a 3v2 now. It's the father and son duo. Ooh, Kenny with the clean tags. TJHaly makes it now a okie dokie. It's a 2v0, a Big Wake. Let him know. Oh my god. Well, there's the team kill they were talking about in our Game Fuel keys to victory as Big Wake, the new sheriff in town, picks up the defuse and takes the lead 4-3.
Yeah, I mean, even with his teammates, this town ain't big enough for the 2 of us. So we're going to make sure he gets the defuse as well. Get the little higher score and bump up. Again, playing for some SR as well. Got to make sure you get everything in the mix and maybe do a little bit of a fish impression as you dish out the comms for the next round.
Yeah, one more round. Put you on map point. LA Thieves, not looking ideal there. 12-4 out of Vivid, though, man. He's trying to speedrun this one for us. Ripped him. Octane finds 2. They line up for him. TJHaly can't quite catch the others, and that would have been a sweet rebuttal. But nope, Kenny's in there, and that's a fast one out of the LA Thieves. Oh my god, he was on the ladder. I had no idea. And there you go. A quick round out of the LA Thieves. Bounced right back.
And again, just similar to a round we had previous, just a 4-man hit through the middle of the map, challenged through a couple different angles. And I mean, you get the first blood in a moment like that, then I mean, you truly have the swarm well intact. And I think Kenny, I mean, for certain delivered for the final 2 kills. I think certainly had tags in the first one. So I think he might have been able to throw up a nice little 3-kill round on board, trying to match pace with Vivid.
I mean, look, if Vivid sets a record here, It counts, absolutely. Where the B-bomb we go? We're in here quick, and that's a cool. I was gonna say we're almost across, but big wait, good spot. This guy's gonna get another one. It's fast, it's furious, and it is potentially as disappointing as the next film right now for LA Thieves.
Yeah, Kenny got spotted earlier. Awakening, make sure to get the kill, but the flank is pretty quick, and I mean, Envoy for the 1 versus 4 doesn't quite have the beamer though. Vivid there to shut him down, and another dominant round on defense. I think both teams basically taking turns to eviscerate one another, and some players were born in darkness, molded by it, and Florida, as dark as it is in that room, that is simply what they're used to.
They are chilling though, chilling. Long day of Call of Duty for them. Scheduled for 1 game, the potential for a second best of 5. Map point now to take the lead 2-0 in the series. All they need to do is literally throw themselves blindly at the bomb site and hope for the trades, because right now it seems to be working.
All right, this is the perfect strat, by the way, coming out from LA Thieves. You got the double flank coming through oh so quick. Awakening actually guns Octane towards the middle of the map, but still you get Envoy behind enemy lines, and in the meantime his teammates just winning all of the gunfights. But how do you read the flanks like that? Vivid there to deliver himself towards the 1 versus 1 going against Drazah.
Oh, it's a 1 versus 1 for the ages. Guns him. Skies is just as impressed, and Vivid fitting to close it out. Absolutely run that one through, and hey, look, I'd be disappointed too. But there you go. Vivid cleans them, cleans up, takes care of business. That's 2-0. This is series point now, as the Mutineers literally playing no games.
I think, you know, victors of the cage, they come out on top, and maybe that'll be the theme of the series. One team dominates one map, but we do go into a Tuscan where, you know, LA Thieves, especially so in Hardpoint, have certainly made that their home. But obviously standout players here, without question. Vivid for the side of Florida Mutineers. Not a bad moment to have a triple positive KD. Nice little 15-5, and I believe led the lobby in damage as well. But Kings Bow Cage, at least in terms of this series, and I mean, hey, nice little comfortable 2-0 lead.
Yeah, it's a sweet 2-0 lead so far for Florida Mutineers. LA Thieves not exactly bringing the goods here. Definitely a little deflated after that absolute whooping from OpTic earlier today. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to throw in a quick commercial break. When we come back, Tuscan control. And if we have to go the furthest, we've got ourselves a Tuscan hardpoint and, of course, Berlin Search and Destroy. Don't go too far, friends. Crazy situations here in the Call of Duty League. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Florida Mutineers, LA Thieves playing for a very unusual situation here again in the CDL, trying to seed this one out. A bit of an awkward tiebreaker scenario. We're going to come to a close here, presumably because Florida Mutineers absolutely cooking the LA Thieves. Miles Chance here with you in this strange, getting late, real early for you European viewers, and I imagine most of you are asleep right now, but a crazy Sunday indeed it has been. We're coming up now on a Tuscan Control, and this one, who knows? It actually could be really fast, like super fast.
Yeah, there truly is no telling. I'd say, I mean, dude, if there's no B hits on Tuscan Control, like in this moment off the opening break, like what are we even doing, you know? But just to remind everybody, the winning team obviously ends up in the 7th seed, which, you know, the higher seed, generically speaking, the better it's going to be come major. And obviously, well, the team that loses get the 8th seed. So both teams guaranteed winners bracket. Just a matter of where these guys are going to slot in, and of course, what matchups they are going to have at the start of the tournament.
Yeah, whether it's OpTic or whether it's Røkkr, I mean, it's not looking great for either of them, frankly, because both those teams have certainly been putting in the work. Let's face it, friends, you know, whatever you think is going to happen, arguably, both of them look stronger. Tuscan Control map number 3, here we go, looking to get into this one. And again, for both squads, very unique situation, though. I mean, it has to be said. A perfect storm of you know, variables had to hit to make this situation work out. And now, we're going to put this one to the test and find out who goes the distance. God knows, we could actually see LA Thieves win this.
I mean, you never know. Again, the Bocage, I think the theme was certainly that Florida had the edge. I know Vivid was certainly really setting pace in both the hard point, especially so in the old search and destroy. But no B hits. It looks like mostly standard. Certainly a lot of pressure towards the middle of the map for the LA Thieves off the opening break. And a couple nice nades coming through as well. And Kenny with the sub trying to get those reps in. Opens it up with 2 kills.
2 kills to get things going. A bit of parkour failure there, but the first segment A cleaned up easy peasy. Comes a hit from Octane. 2 kills through. And I must admit, I do love the cowboy hat on Big Wake. I think he looks absolutely delightful. Dressed to impress here on this Sunday. You talked about Sunday best. It may not be the best gameplay, but it's certainly the best dressed. Vivid now breaking on towards the A side of the map. Drazah there with a 2-piece. Cleans things up, makes it all safe and sound for now. Looking to wrap back, capture this one. Over towards B we go as well. Kenny looking to push those players out towards the backside. Might be able to get something done here.
Well, everyone's out over towards B, by the way. I think if there is ever a time to stack the point, this might be it. 2 bodies on it for the moment, while Kenny's looking for potentially a couple spawn kills, or at least making sure no one comes through the back. And Florida taking their time on this flank. They're getting cut down straight away. And by God, Miles, I think we might see it. A B cap off the rip on Tuscan Control.
Oh, there's one left. Oh, it's Octane. He's trying to be all sneaky like. He's got to get a couple more. Jiminy crickets. He nearly did it. Sky is there, though, cleaning up the final segment in B. And Florida Mutineers just have to tighten the belt somewhat. Dave Paddy at great range there with the Automaton Vivid. Looking to make the A side of the map a little bit safer as well. That is an ambitious attempt with the rat there from Dave Paddy. And honestly, he kind of made it work.
I'd say he's been a pretty strong, like, pistol player, I'd say, throughout the year. I don't know if I'd make the case for top 5, but certainly in the mix of conversation, he's utilizing it pretty well. Funnily enough, B actually does not get captured. I definitely jumped the gun on that one, but while these 2 teams are actually, you know, solid on Tuscan Control, 2 teams that are elite on this map, OpTic Texas and Minnesota Røkkr as of late, right? I mean, OpTic on offense, best team in the game. Also, you know, on defense, best team in the game, but Minnesota Røkkr, throughout this stage, they've played Tuscan 3 times. They've won it all 3 times as well, including 1 victory against Florida. So, I mean, certainly on Tuscan, Røkkr is a team to be feared. And yeah, that's all I got. That's the end of that sentence.
No, I mean, I think with the sentiment there is if I were either of these teams, I wouldn't want to play Røkkr nor OpTic in this kind of situation either.
It's tough.
It's tough. I mean, whatever happens here, it is not a good look. So, well, we'll see. Hopefully this counts as some hyperbolic time chamber level practice, because they're certainly going to need it. B is almost cleaned up. 1 more decent hit out of the Florida Mutineers. There it is. The crossfire comes through. LA Thieves gun him to bed. That's going to be an offensive round win.
Hey, there you go. Messing with the stats. I think last time I've checked, and I'm sure it's changed at least slightly since then, and stage 3 on offensive rounds only get won about 16% of the time. In stage 2, that number is about 20%. And then in stage 1, the number is about 28%. Actually, it was 28, 24, and then dropping to 16. But there's certainly been a trend of teams getting even more clutch and certainly more solid on their defensive rounds. But B is maybe trying to break away from the pack and making an impact on offense.
Shots out of Sky. Stay paid as well. Mid-church now a little bit more open. A side of the map completely clear. Envoy's gonna hit the wrap. Vivid only gets one before being traded out. If he timed that any other way, it could have been crazy. Sky's got inside, get the second. Gun him to bed. Progress at A. First segment cleaned up. Sky's just getting it done. 3 spree for him. 2 stacked towards A. The Sky's is still on a spree.
And he's got his teammates baiting for him as well. So obviously not a terrible time to potentially play for a glide bomb. And for a bad moment to have it, definitely need to make sure you actually stand on the A points to try to capture it. And Sky's honestly should end up getting shot in the back. And that means for Florida, interesting decision time. Do you wrap back towards A? Do you make a play towards B? Because looking at the minimap, it is utterly and truly chaos. And I'm just thinking about 2 teams who are good at organizing the chaos or just playing solid. Minnesota Røkkr and OpTic on this map, let me tell you.
Solid
Minnesota, 5-0 in their last controls like throughout this stage. They funnily enough actually haven't played a ton of Gavutu. 3 Tuskens, 2 Berlins, but obviously perfect record on both of those maps. And I mean, honestly, I think they'd probably be pretty solid on Gavutu as well, just because Attach, as of recent, I mean, he has hit Final Form.
Yeah, not to mention the Havok and Standy duo. Those 2 are pretty gross. Definitely some of the more aggressive and impactful players we've seen when it comes to the submachine gun. Not to mention the Berlin. Don't forget the Berlin we saw earlier today. An absolute smoke show, as OpTic Texas certainly laying a firm hand across the cheeks of the LA Thieves earlier today. For Kenny now, though, trying to clear out top side of church. There's just bullets literally everywhere. 13 lives for LA Thieves on the defense now, 18 for the Mutineers on the offense as they're finding what they can through mid. B's all that remains, chances, a minute 25 to get it done. I can think of 2 teams that could definitely capture this point in that amount of time.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I got to throw the Subliners in the mix as well, because, I mean, you keep talking about OpTic, you keep talking about Minnesota, and I think really what I'm thinking is just like the strength of the SMG duos, but obviously New York has to be in that conversation as well, because Kismet, since he's coming to the roster, certainly Paulehx as well, but I don't know what the nickname for Hydra and Kismet would be, but those guys also have absolutely been on fire. Meanwhile, a bunch of headshots in the feed. Envoy and Kenny delivering on defense. They clean house, but that's the good news. Bad news is you only have 6 lives.
Yep, both terrible news. Kenny's cleaned himself out. There's 3 members of the Mutineers just above him. I think it's going to come down to Drazah. Drazah's shots are good. Shots are great. Not enough to get the second, though. Over to Kenny, tagged up. His teammate actually peppering him mostly there, and Awakening's going to punish him. On the other side of the map, that's mid-map now wide open. Viv has got that one sweet and clear, so now the flank is potentially on. Envoy with a quick turn. Awakening might be able to catch this. If his cowboy hat doesn't give him away, here comes the hit, and he's all good. 25 seconds remaining now. 2 members of the LA Thieves left. Surely the Mutineers win their offensive round as well as Drazah. He and Octane in trouble.
I mean, I'd say nothing else for Thieves, much like my ranked play teammates. No regard for human life. I mean, you're down to 1 life already. Hyper aggressive on defense, almost needlessly slow. And maybe that puts Drazah in a spot to clutch, or maybe that puts Florida Mutineers in a spot to clutch around on offense. Not done by the objective, though. They're just saying, hey, we saw what we were doing on Bocage. We know we have the slaying prowess to take him down on Tuscan.
Yeah, no regard for human life, as the slaying is going to be the one to get it done. This might be the higher kill game we see of a Tuscan. It looks like pre-patch, you know, before we gave defense round 5 to the team who, you know, scored the most objective play. But hey, who knows, man? Over to B we go there, fast and furious on the defense. They're just spread quite evenly across the map right now for the Florida Mutineers, as offense has been the name of the game right now in this matchup. They've Paddy's first blood. We'll see if it amounts to too much as they're flying through mid. Kenny's got eyes on. Kenny might be looking at a molecule here if he gets any more, but no, Envoy's there to pick it up. That's going to be a clean sweep now of the Mutineers defenders. LA Thieves, the map is yours.
Yeah, honestly, off the back of just a great SMG play, because watching Drazah's perspective, it looks like he just forgot how to shoot his gun, but where he falls, his subs deliver. And now you got Envoy in the spawn, but not for long. Close spawn comes in on the tank. Dave Patty is there, but looks like the trades are in and abound. Only 1 tick, though, through over towards A. Now, obviously, talk about Tuscan control. You always have to think about that potential round 5, and obviously, with this being tied, that might be in the cards, but as far as defense goes, these have a massive edge just because, well, they won their round by the objective, not the kills. So Florida Mutineers have their work cut out for them.
Yeah, they do indeed. Those 2 segs gone towards A. Trying to get towards B. Not going to happen. LFD's cut down. Envoy. Easy 2. Fly forward, Sunny Jim. A little bit of a pre-fire there. He's expecting a little bit more. Octane, big win there over towards A as well. That's going to be the capture there. 38 seconds stopped on the clock. We do see Envoy spree come to an end over towards the spawners there of the Florida Mutineers, but for now, A's gone. Minute 37 to play with. Big wake. Turn and burn.
Yeah, unfortunately, though, does ended up getting caught. So, again, aggression on defense has actually been a distinct theme so far from this game. But you got players like Skies maybe pumping the brakes just a little bit. I'd say, if nothing else, it seems like the teamwork pretty on point for Florida. The trade's always in, out, and about. And speaking of out and about, aBeZy gets away, heals up, and is ready for the reach out. Only one player, though. I mean, it is Drazah by his lonesome trying to make that individual play. And obviously, this is a difficult front line to break.
Yeah, this is not easy. If it's dropped, a couple of kills going through. Paddy awakening in the kill feed, lighting things up. Envoy's going to finally get the trade through. Tagged at range, and the kill feed looks a little mixed right now. Can Kenny get anything going there with a sub up close and personal? The answer is no way, son. As aBeZy awakening, the whole crew put him down. 10 lives remaining for the Mutineers on defense, 9 for LA Thieves. As the slow and steady approach through that plat side of the map, through B, they're trying to get there.
This is it. This is your moment, by the way. You win the first couple gunfights, win the next one as well. You get a little bit of clearance to try to fly out. It is the 4-man hit through the front, but Octane meets his early demise. Couple AR showing up in the feed, but there's the clearance that you're looking for.
Right.
No respawns remaining. This might be it. 3 rounds back-to-back of offense.
Doesn't happen often. First segment gone. Here we go. It's only a 2-man stack, so it's not that fast. aBeZy with the first kill on the Drazah. Here comes Kenny with a shot. It's not enough to get it done. He's bagged up, tagged up, pushed back. Somehow gets it. Somehow gets it. Vivid, though, manages to find that kill. The spree comes to a close now. Last man up with 20 seconds to go. It is all going to be Drazah. Has to go another B point. Has to try to stop the clock. Will it be another offensive round win? Most likely not, but he's waiting for the squad. There is an opportunity chance with 3 players to maybe get this done. aBeZy. Doing a feed. Can't get the third. That's the round.
Yeah, that was the heads-up IQ play, I'd say, for Drazah, waiting for his teammates. But then, unfortunately for them, they ran into the brick wall of aBeZy, and obviously the support was in. Electric gameplay here, belly down. Whoa. Only ate a single bullet, and I mean, style points on the slide, but the gunny was all Dave.
I'll take it. 27-20 for aBeZy. Match point Florida Mutineers. The LA Thieves on defense have not really been able to do anything. Aggressively average on defense. It's all been about the offensive rounds. Let's see how it goes there. aBeZy's first blood. Forward you go for the Mutineers. Clearing out Church. Can't get it done. Drazah's there to keep things spicy, keep it interesting. Managing to sell the kills through mid as well. And there's Kenny finding just non-stop all over the place. So over towards A we go, and no one's getting towards B. Again, LA Thieves turning up on defense finally.
And they're really pouring the pressure on as well, flying through the middle of the map. Miles, what do you reckon when aBeZy casts a Patronus, what actually happens? Does like a big wake appear, or?
No, it has to be an animal. I don't know. I don't know Harry Potter, but I know it's not going to be a person. It's always going to be an animal. So when aBeZy casts Patronus, it's like a whale or a killer whale. It's something massive and dangerous. It's like
I would contend that Big Wake is an animal, but I see your point.
All right, here we go. Well, either way, 45 on the clock, 20 lives apiece. You finally get onto A for Florida Mutineers, but it's not quite enough. There we go. Now, starting to capture this one as Vivid. Might have to cast a Patronus of his own. Can't save him from Octane and Drazah. They fly forward. There's a lovely top-down view there of the raging fires of Tuscan. 30 seconds remaining, and it looks like, unless anything crazy happens, we might be able to see the mid hit. But Envoy's there to clean up a couple. aBeZy flying through. Towards B, we might be able to sneak it, but Kenny's there indeed. There's Kenny, cut down. We're on B. We've stopped the clock, 21.2.
Yeah, but it's Big Wake, the animal that is out and about on the point until he meets a grenade off spawn, and well, that'll be his fault. Only 15 seconds left, and well, we've actually talked about a few of these rounds have been offensively dominated. This one potentially could be shaping up to the rarity of a team not even being able to capture A. I think Florida feeling that pressure, get 2 bodies on the zone, but hey, Kenny's here for the trades. He's looking to get him off. You see Drazah in the feed as well. I think Thieves looking to clutch up and maybe force this to a round 5.
It could well go. No one really there. The cap, 2 seconds on the clock. Gunned him. Oh my God, wait a minute. Wait a minute, kills are there. Mutineers. Oh my God. Could it happen? Big Wake. Demon Joseph. Top radio, nice awareness. Nades are there. Slowly but surely, the capture on A. As B is pretty much done. Sky somehow staying alive. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. He's still good. He's still good. Oh my God. Last one's up on towards A. 2 seconds, still good. Dave Paddy, it's pure magic, baby. It's magic. There's no lives left. It's a 3v4 with a minute on the clock.
Pressure's on. I mean, you can play this like a round of S&D. 2v4 now, the final 2 lives of Florida Mutineers, Vivid and Awakening. What can they make happen? Gunfights towards the middle of the map. Awakening stunned out and pressured. Gunfights ringing out. Vivid trying to help his boy. You got the Chow towards mid. Envoy causing problems on the flank in so many directions to lurk or look towards. Is right now, I mean, they are basically trapped.
It's a 2v3. 30 seconds on this one. Kenny's got a corner, but Awakening. No, not enough. Kenny's corner prevails over to Vivid. He's fast. He's furious. It's a 1v2, 20 seconds. Oh my God, Drazah. If Drazah wins this, which he should, Vivid's no way going to turn around. There he is with a pistol, but Octane got eviscerated. LA Thieves by the skin of their literal teeth. It doesn't look like fun. Pure stress, even with a Kenny smile in their final round.
Yeah, and I'd say, you know, the tried and true, as many Tuscans do, end up on the round 5. Definitely a more stylish way to get here, but round 5 nonetheless. And honestly, Miles, I'm starting to be under the impression all these teams that sort of underperform but always consistently say that in scrims they look good, maybe this is what their games look like in scrims.
Ah, maybe. Big weight, tag, bagged, no problem. Drazah's all good. 3 spree right now after the sort of the strange finish of the last round. Clutches things up in the 1v1. That's a 4. Any more to be had here? Slides into it. Oh, baby, that actually was not his kill. Either way, Octane's putting the work in while Kenny's hit the flank, and the boy can YY all he wants. There's no way. Oh my God. There's no way. There is no way. Does manage to get the 2-piece. I thought he might have YY'd his way into hell with that one. He's still going, doing his best Shotzzy impersonation. Flip floating around the inside of the spawn now of the Florida Mutineers, and catches a Dave Paddy. Finds one more. Absolutely running it now. Some of the best gameplay we've seen out of Kenny for quite some time.
I mean, he is just playing at a lightning pace, and obviously this is a normal pace for the actual YY portion of the ordeal, but maybe unfortunate, gives away his position, and obviously that should make watching the flank a little bit easier, but the Chow too quick from Skies, and the gunny not quite delivered to Dave Paddy. He's actually Vivid there for the coverage. Florida, clean 4 in the feed. 1 man left on point. Everybody pushed up, and maybe looking for a couple spawn kills, looking for a little bit of pressure towards that other point. Fortunate for Vivid, he does get caught, but looks like Thieves, at the very least, have conceded A. I want to try to lock it down on defense over towards this B zone for next minute and 52. That'll be on the clock.
Here we go. Fights over towards field side, trying to find the opening. Vivid's managed to infiltrate church side. There you go. Eyes on the first. Can't finish it. Does get that. No 2Bs. Kenny's still alive. Oh, he's going to rechow this. Not a problem for Reese Vivid, though. Envoy's got church covered. Sky's managed to do dead silence his way to the other side of the map. Nice shots out of Envoy there. Don't know how he managed to learn those. Minute 30 to play with 12 lives for the Mutineers here on offense.
Gotta finish your gunfights, kids. And, well, Awakening delivers. Nice little readjustment, the re-snap over towards top ladder, and a couple kills going their way. Dave Paddy with the reads, ready to deliver the gunny. And Gunny, thy name is this, capturing B zone. Awakening on point, but feeling the pressure of those grenades. Someone looking for spawn kills, but the teamwork for Thieves on point. How do they handle the flank? Drazah can't deliver just yet, but Kenny's there. Defense, if nothing else, always just a little bit easier to defend.
Oh, good shots out of Sky. He's not have to get the job done, Envoy. Less than a minute. Single-digit lives for both teams here in this final round. LA Thieves might have to survive for 50 seconds to force another Tuscan hardpoint. Florida Mutineers, either kill him or cap it. You get the higher seed going into the major. Let's pick out Vivid.
Sorry, I mean, Vivid's trying to make plays, but I just gotta say, if Minnesota Røkkr was in this situation, I would trust them to win this from either side. But right here, right now, anyone's game. 6 versus 6, 30 seconds on the clock.
It's still trying to make this one happen. They're on the point. 29.3. Stopped it. Awakening trying to clear at top church side. He's got eyes on at least one. There's the second. Beautiful teamwork from the Mutineers. The pinch is good. The pinch is on. Kenny now in a bit of trouble, but somehow manages to slip the net and he stayed alive. 20 seconds on this. It is not over just yet. You have to find Kenny. Drazah, last man up, and it is a crumble there from LA Thieves. The defense has fallen. It is done. It's a 3-0, 2 in a single day. Never chalked, but there it certainly was. Mutineers, higher seed going into the major. And Skies is on his feet.
I mean, just an electric performance. I think Vivid had himself a solid series. I know Dave Patty got the 40 bomb plus towards the end for the control, but I'd say the theme, if nothing else, for the LA Thieves throughout stage 3 was either 3-0 or get 3-0'd, and well, they're on the bitter side of it there as they fall towards Florida, but I suppose an expected result towards the end. Fantastic work out of Mr. Dave Paddington. 7th, the 9th, whatever the case may be, also led the lobby in damage as well, but big wake the Patronus not too far behind.
I still maintain that it cannot be. I mean, look, Harry Potter fans out there have got to honestly educate me because I don't know. But a 41 and 29, glorious performance out of Kenny, not able to walk away with the dub. 44 there from Dave Patty, truly a wizard. And double 5k damage there from the Mutineers, so big wake. If it was indeed his Patronus or just his partner in crime, putting in the work, clearing things up there, and a 16-minute long Tuscan comes to an end. And there we go. Mutineers are up, baby. Let's take a look at the highlights. We saw some fun stuff in this one, though, mate. I must admit, that two-piece was at the round 2 victory for the Florida Mutineers, where like, Dave Patty was prone, sliding in the fight. LA Thieves got ripped there. It was a good-looking map.
You know, taking advantage of those off angles and, you know, trying to keep the pace just a little bit tougher to read. But, I mean, overall, a decent little edge. I think something that stood out in the stat line as well is I think Skies maybe struggled a little bit on defense for the team, but hey, they were able to get it done on offense. And I think it might have been Drazah that almost had the opposite effect, struggling to get the offensive kills, but fairly on point on defense. But that is certainly the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, that cookie has crumbled, and it's been a tough day for the LA Thieves. 2 3-0 smackings. This one's obviously a little bit closer, but that match against OpTic Texas, not pretty in the slightest. Either way, though, the seeds are now set. Florida Mutineers will be playing OpTic Texas in round 1 of the major, and the LA Thieves will be playing Minnesota Røkkr. We'll see how that one all goes down next week. Is Major 3 here in the CDL will be upon us, and can't wait, honestly, mate. Really cannot. It's going to be a very, very interesting tournament. How many teams honestly can win it now, Chance? We take into consideration what we saw in this matchup. Is it still 8 or 9, or is it?
I think I'm going to stretch it a little bit and say 9. I definitely think once you get towards like the 8 or 9 teams, we're talking, you know, a 2 to 5% chance of victory. But definitely a lot of teams in contention. And again, even teams that are towards the bottom in CDL points, your Minnesota Rockers, your New York Subliners, your Toronto Ultras of the world, without question, are going to be in contention for the title. And if I'm being honest, I'm actually pretty excited now for the Thieves versus Minnesota Røkkr matchup, because I will remember this series very well going into that tournament, and I am very excited. I think especially so to see how Attach performs, because again, he has been top 5 in the game without question throughout this stage.
Gonna be a spicy one indeed, but that brings to a close today's crazy festivities. Desk, what do you make of the action today? I need a shower.
Yo, Florida is unbeatable, man, winning 2 games in 1 day. But not only that, Dave Patty with a 44 bomb to end things out on control. Heading into today, you know, Dave Patty had a 1.06 KD on control.
Love that. He's absolutely fried, man. They absolutely had that was a great performance, especially on offense. And for the Thieves, man, really got to bounce back. I mean, the guys went 0-6 today across their map sets, so they have a lot to work on. I mean, yesterday looked fantastic. Today, not so much. A little embarrassing, to say the least.
Well, and what's crazy is Mutineers are actually 2-8 in their last 10 S&Ds, now including today, obviously, but on Bocage specifically, they are 0-2, so a big win on that Search and Destroy for their matchup, because that is a map they are seriously struggling on heading into the major.
Right, and also talking about the major, we have a bracket which is going to be coming up soon, but at the end of the day, Florida Mutineers are able to win their way. The bracket's ready. Let's go ahead and take a look, all right? Let's see the Florida Mutineers and their journey towards the end. The same thing with the Los Angeles Thieves. And
it's like a teleprompter. It's over there.
Put it back up. I want to see if I can move it like Tony Stark. That'd be pretty cool. We'll get the bracket back. There we go. Hey. All right, so, check this out. Røkkr versus LA. Ultra versus FaZe.
Wow.
OpTic versus Florida.
Listen, Mutineers have beat them before.
Mutineers can do it again.
They can do it again.
Sub or no sub, it don't matter.
Major 2, they sent them down. They sent them down, so there's no reason they can't do it again. And after that, it's Surge versus the New York Subliners. That is lit.
Right, and take a look at the teams on the bottom side of the bracket as well. Boston Breach, Paris Legion, LAG, and London Royal Ravens will have 1 shot at things starting off in the loser side of the bracket.
Next
weekend.
weekend.
Take a look at day 1 schedule, though. Yes, next week. You know when next week is? Tomorrow. That's how soon. That is true. It's gonna be insane. The first day of the event will be the Seattle Surge facing OK.
Wow.
That series is gonna be my
We're
favorite.
kicking things off with a banger. Yeah.
Exactly. We're gonna see just how good both of these teams really are. Which match are you guys excited to see?
Røkkr and Thieves. Because if I'm Røkkr, I'm sitting there like,
You're
okay,
heated,
bet.
bro.
I can't
You're
wait to play you guys.
Exactly.
So
I'm
that's
thinking
gonna be a
of
good one.
disrespect.
Yep.
Exactly. Ali, which matchup do you like?
Honestly, you already brought up the Surge and New York ones, but the one following that, the Toronto Ultra versus FaZe, I feel like is going to be a lot bit better of a match than we are expecting.
Yes. Now, also, ladies and gentlemen, listen, I don't just say things just so you guys can do it, okay? Yo, this flavor actually rocks, yo. Check out the Charge Berry Blast. There we go. Put it on the one. But also, if you love Game Fuel just as much as me, make sure you head on over to GameFuel.com/CDL because when you check it out in the cart, sorry, I had a lot of it in my mouth. Check it out in the cart. You can also pick your favorite team skin. And hey, Florida Mutineers, they went undefeated today, winning 2 series. That has not happened on the CDL broadcast yet, so let's celebrate them. Let's cop their skin. There's a lot of beautiful ones up there.
Yeah, I mean, you're drinking the blue one in celebration right now as they took a serious surging win over both teams today, and now I can't wait to see what they do heading into Major 3.
You know what? Now that I know the real name of it, I'm still going to call it the blue flavor. It just sounds appropriate, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know what? This month has actually been really fun, and with Major 3 right around the corner, I do want to say this. I'm really excited. I'm genuinely excited to see all the beautiful fans out there. You guys have been loud and crazy when we were in Texas for Major 1. Major 2 was incredible. Hearing that Minnesota Røkkr crowd was insane. And the best part is, they rooted for everybody. That was insane. Toronto's going to be even better. Why? Take a look at the winner side of the bracket. Any one of these teams can win the event. So, we're going to close down the desk right here. I'm Veli, this is Ali, and also Nameless, and we want to thank you guys for tuning in to the CDL Stage 3 Qualifiers. Has been amazing, but it's not going to compare to anything that we're going to see at this upcoming event this weekend. We'll see all of you beautiful people there, and I really can't wait. That's going to be exciting. We'll catch you guys next time for some more CDL action.